Tonight, two fires in Castries gut a family dwelling, an abandoned structure, and an automobile. Commissioner Severin Mosheri is in Hot 7 TV's hot seat and answering the tough questions. And comedic sensation Emanuela and friends are in St. Lucia. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Wednesday, the 11th of December, 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow Channel 117, also being simulcast on Kiss FM Radio. Watch via our website. It's www.caribbeanhottv.com or on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Firefighters responded to an early morning fire at an abandoned wooden structure at Arundel Hill in Marcia Wednesday. The wooden structure, measuring 16 by 20, was completely destroyed. It was also reported that a Suzuki vehicle that was parked next to the building was burnt. An Arundel Hill resident spoke to Hot 7 TV News.
I just came out and I see a fire in the area, so I come and check on my shop, see if it's my shop. And I see not my shop, I see it higher up, it's a little house next door, abandoned house, but nobody wasn't living there. So I just see fire around the place, another guy car outside there. I see about attacking the guy's house, the guy car, you know. So I try to call him, but he didn't have time to get up, and the car time burning him, you know. And I tried to send a couple buckets of water in the car, but it didn't go through. We got too much fire, you know. And that's it, and see everybody start putting their head out.
Assistant Divisional Officer of the St. Lucia Fire Service, David Antoine, also spoke on the fire.
Firefighters from the Castries Fire Station responded to a structural fire at Arundel Hill, Castries. The structure consisted of a wooden abandoned house measuring approximately 16 by 20 feet in dimension. On arrival at the scene, fire officers were able to control and extinguish the fire from the fully engulfed structure. As a consequence, the structure and a Suzuki SX4 were completely destroyed.
No one was hurt in the incident. Meanwhile, 6 people are now homeless as a result of a fire at BZ Castries. At about 7:32 a.m. Wednesday, firefighters from the Castries Fire Station responded to the fire in a 2-story concrete and wooden dwelling. Divisional Officer of the St. Lucia Fire Service, David Antoine, said the structure measured approximately 30 by 40 and that on arrival, fire officers were able to control and extinguish the blaze on the upper floor where it had originated, but it was destroyed. A Bizet resident, Brian Louison, said he and others had to get his mother out of the room when the fire broke out. Louison said while it was a terrible ordeal, the important thing was that everyone who lived in the house is safe. He commended the St. Lucia Fire Service, saying that firefighters did a great job with the assistance of residents. Now, with the issue of crime being a major talking point on the island, Hot 7 TV's Rochelle Gonzalez hosted the hot seat and featured none other than the Commissioner of Police himself, Severin Mosheri. The top cop spoke candidly on a number of topics, ranging from his infamous run-ins with public officials to the impacts investigation. He also gave updates on a number of current matters, including the bail hearing of the young female who was assaulted at the Bordelais Correctional Facility.
Over the past few months in St. Lucia, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has been a staple in the newscast of all the media houses on island for a myriad of reasons, both good and bad. Whether celebrating successful breaks in cases or holding press conferences to address controversial topics which they have become embroiled in, crime has been the main topic remaining at the top of the list. In the weekly broadcast of Hot 7's The Hot Seat, the guest of this week's episode was the Commissioner of Police, Severin Mosheri. Whilst he is known for speaking concisely and to the point when questioned by the media, the top cop is also known for not shying away from speaking his mind, and that is just what he did in the Red Hot Seat. The COP gave details surrounding a number of recent cases, including the disappearance of a teenager who was released from police custody in Choiseul, the alleged suicide of a man who was also in police custody, and the fate of a traumatized teen.
It is my understanding that there was supposed to have been a bail hearing for the young lady, and people are entitled to bail. We've had other adults who've been on murder charges been granted bail. So it is not something that is new for people to get bail for murder. And I do not know the reasons for the bail, and I'm not going to question that, but one may very well look, from my knowledge as being a court prosecutor and being legally trained, one may very look at the circumstances and the safety of the person involved in considering bail.
Monchery also addressed a number of issues, including the ongoing impacts investigation, which continues to present itself as a dark cloud hanging over the RSLPF.
I'm legally trained, and I operate from the concept and the presumption that one is innocent until proven guilty. So the officers, they are on duty. They have my full support as it stands now. If the day comes that they are found guilty of any wrongdoing, then I will be the first one to condemn them. But until such time, they work with me, they are my officers, and I would support them and provide whatever support is there to be given to them.
And of course, the COP's infamous disagreements with a number of top officials was discussed as well. Monchery said all of those were much ado over nothing, as he has no real issues with any of the individuals, and that the matters were all addressed amicably. Some of these individuals include human rights lawyer Mary Francis, Castries Mayor Peterson Francis, and his brother Herman Gill Francis, who is the National Security Minister. The local media fraternity also fell under that category.
You may have a situation where video footage, you have video footages, and before it is even passed on to the police by the victims or by anyone else, it's already in the media, social and otherwise. And by the time that this person may not even be aware that the place they went had cameras. So now they are aware, the police have not even been able to get the information to know who these people are. They are aware that, look, they know I'm the one who did it. In some instances, they will just flee and make it difficult for the police to be able to capture those people. That's the angle that I'm looking at. It is something that can be done, but I think we need to look at the right time that it can be done. And sometimes, before it's even aired, why not have a discussion with the police? Like I said, I know your role may be different from that of the police. But there comes a time when all of us must work together to ensure that we make this country safer for St. Lucians and visitors alike.
The commissioner reaffirmed his willingness to work closely with the local media. He also went on to thank the general public for the work that they continue to do to help the force carry out their daily duties. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Parliamentary representative for Vieux Fort South, Dr. Kenny Anthony, has called on the Shasta government to end the excessive mining of sand at the mouth of the Vieux Fort River. According to Dr. Anthony, for the second time in 4 weeks, excavators have been digging into the sandbar at the mouth of the Vieux Fort River and emptying their content of beach sand into a fleet of huge dump trucks, which subsequently conveyed their loads to the DSH horse racing track at Beauséjour. On both occasions, he says the sand was scraped until bare soil was exposed while the dump trucks moved rapidly to and from the racing track. Dr. Anthony says he is not suggesting for one moment that sand should never be extracted from the river mouth, as this can help with the prevention of clogging and improve water quality. However, he says the high volume of sand being extracted at such a rapid pace is cause for grave concern. Additionally, he says the eyesore resulting from such an operation is both disturbing and distressing. He says the destruction of the beach from excessive and unconscionable sand mining is too heavy a price to pay for the pleasures of Teoa King and Prime Minister Alan Shastney. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come. Will it be payment at last for some 300 workers who were unceremoniously dismissed? The Prime Minister said what he said on rejecting Janine Compton's appointment, and Emmanuela and friends are here.